Om Shanti. So here in the Madhyama Manit, Namo Vayavi Antarikshiti Lokakshiti Lokam Yejamanaya Vidveshasi Vai Yajamanasya Lokayetasmi Atra Yajamanaha Parastadayusha Swaha Avajahi Parithamityukto Tishtati Tasmai Rudra Madhyadinam Savanam Samprayachanti. Madhyadinam. Choosing the path, we said, yes. The path comes when we are ready. Every path is available, but path is not visible. They are connected only when one is ready. So in this case, the meditation, Bhagavan tells that the person who would like to come back to this world once again, then he does the yajna, oblation. The oblations are there, karmas. What are the oblations? What do we do then? Everything is a karma phala. Even the Panchadravyas, what we are doing, the oblation is also Panchadravya is that which are the results of the karmas. Take anything for that matter. You take the coconut water, which is the result of a series of karmas. An absolute purification process. The karma bala here, in the oblation to be done, is that absolute purified process. The water which is stagnant, which is the nectar, which is an amrita, we call it. The amrita that is there inside the coconut, from the annam, from the vrishti, from the vayu, from panchabhutas, whatever is available, through the process of the purification process of the tree, how it takes the tree through the root, through the stem, through the branch, and to the flower initially. It's not a process of one day. One day morning you pour one bucket of water. That water is drawn by the tree and filled in all the coconuts inside. No, that cannot be done like that. No? How it has started? From the time it intends to create a flower, from this, it intends to create a bud, intention of creating a bud. The bud is created from the nectar that has been drawn from here, one drop, from the water that is there. From there, during the process of the purification, it draws into its system, draws into the leaf, to the branch and all that. With continuous process of purification that takes place, nobody knows how the chemical analysis is being done. From a salt water, normally this grows better in salt water areas, where the coastal areas, mostly the water is salty, and you get better coconuts there. And from that salt water, which is drawn into this system, one drop, small drop of it, is the cause. How the drop has come? During the process of the drawing of the water, apa, which is the annam for the tree, which is the annam. This goes into the process of heating up, tapaha. It is the vaishvanara, as we said that everything starts from the agni. This vaishvanaram inside the body inside the tree, inside the human, inside the tree, whatever it is. Because of this tapa, tapa begins. In the tapa, in the inner course of the consciousness, which is beyond the subtle body, which is a causal body, or hiding the knowledge of the causal body is a consciousness. There's a difference. I was very careful understanding this. Hiding the conscious of the causal body is the consciousness, and that consciousness, when in the status of the Turiya Avastha, creates a tapa in removing the memories and creating a presence there, creating the presence of the jiva, presence of the reflection of the atma there, where there is a reflection of the atma. Whenever the agni creates a tapa and the tapa, when the tapas begins, in the tapa there is no interference of the karma and karma phala comes there. There is a reflection because of the covering of the causal body, because of the reflection of the consciousness, above the consciousness of the consciousness beyond the causal body, or which is covering the causal body, creates a reflection of the Parabrahman or Paramatman. Whenever it is created, a reflection is created. That reflection is the cause of the thought. That reflection is the cause of the thought that comes into the system to create a Jivatma. And that thought which creates a Jivatma is absolutely pure Agni. And that Agni which activates inside the thought and inside the system will create a Kama in that. It's a desire to do that. No? Kama is that, a desire. From the Agni, that from the reflection, the desire of creating, a desire will create. That desire is called the Kama, and that desire will be only for the purpose of creation of an Atma, Jivatma. So, when a constant reflection of the consciousness beyond the causal body is reflected into the system, into whatever is available there, what is that? Antakarana, Mana and all that. That which is reflected there, the Kama is created. When the Kama is created, the Agni is at its peak, at the highest form of the temperature, highest form of the transformational status. So, in that desire, so at the highest form of the transitional status of the Agni, it creates the desire. As soon as the desire is formed, it becomes the Apa. As soon as the desire comes, it becomes the Apa. And that Apa is, one. That Apa will consume. From where that Apa has come? When the Annam is taken into, and the moisture is created, when the Agni is created, and the Tapa, at the highest form of the Tapa, when there is a moisture in that, the evaporation of, at that temperature of Tapa means at a very high Tapa. You cannot imagine that. There is no such heat available in the universe, or will never be available in the universe, that which is created in our thought. That which is the cause of the thought, that's why which is covering the causal body, means even covering the cause of the thought. That means karma bala, causal body. Cause of the thought also is covered by that Agni. That means even the cause of the thought is also covered by the Agni, which is the highest. So that means everything can be burnt in that. This is the temperature. You can imagine the Agni, that Agni, which cannot be seen, which cannot be experienced, which cannot be felt by anything. Even the Surya Tapa at its height is probably a fraction of fraction, just like a fraction, a small fraction of that Tapa which is creating the thought inside that. From that thought is the desire created. Desire of what? Desire of creation of Jivatma. Now do you understand why I told this particularly? I know it's a very difficult subject. If people don't want to understand, it is boring also. At this highest form of the temperature, in the sense that I'm just telling temperature. The word temperature is never used by the Upanishad. Please. I am only telling it only for the transactional advantage. That's all. Upanishad speaks only about agni. That's all. It doesn't speak about temperature. I am telling you the temperature because to make you understand the, suppose the heat of the fire, we call it as 100 degrees centigrade. We know 1000 degrees centigrade. After that we do not know. After 1000 or 1500. Even the most difficult metal, the most difficult metal also, tough, also is melt at a maximum temperature of 2000-2500 degrees centigrade. Beyond that, there is nothing will be available in the universe. Everything will be the most tough. I am just imagining. There is, I think, 1500 is the steel. Melting temperature is 1000, 1100 to 1260 centigrade, which I have experienced. Rather, I know. So even if I take a metal which cannot be melted, the steel, which is the toughest material, that is available, inert. Let us consider as 2000, 2500. 2000 is too much. I'm just imagining that, so there's nothing. I do not know whether it is 2000. I'm just approximating. I'm sure about 1500 or 1200. This much I know. I'm very sure about it. Melting the steel. So what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm here temperature I am connecting with the agni. Is not the temperature that you should think of. The agni, the vaishvanara, the agni of the nature. Who has created this agni? Agni, we call it as one of the Panchabhutas, that's all. The agni that that has come from the Purusha, which is created in the conscious state. The Purusha is a state which is beyond the consciousness of the consciousness, and the Prakriti is that which is created from the Purusha is during the consciousness of the Prakriti. In that consciousness of the Prakriti, the Agni is so powerful. So you can imagine what is the power of the Agni that is there in the Purusha or Ishvara. Okay, what we call as Ishvara. Okay, so the Agni, but that is inherent there. In the Purusha, the Agni is inherent. When it is projected, it can be projected only in the status of the body when it comes to the Prakriti. When it comes to project it to the Prakriti, then only the Panchikaranam takes place. When the Panchikaranam takes place, then comes the causal body, consciousness, the causal body, then the Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body, then the Sthula Sharira, everything takes place. Karana, Sukshma, Sthula, everything takes place. These are all covered by the consciousness. This consciousness, now you get an idea of it. This consciousness is the one which is reflecting the Agni, the Jnanam, which is Agni. Through the Agni, the Jnanam. So the Jnanam is Agni, the Jnanam is Apa, the Jnanam is everything. This is the Panchabhutas. The bifurcation of the Panchabhutas takes place through the Jnanam. When in the Prakriti, that's called the projection. When it is projected from the Purusha to the factor of the Panchabhut, to the factor of the creation, they had to create this Panchikaranam. In the Panchikaranam, the Panchabhutas have been created from the Purusha, projection of the Purusha towards the Prakriti. From in the Prakriti, a Panchikaranam took place. When the Panchikaranam took place, the Agni was the first that we have already taken, we have already known about it. We have taken the class. Now what I am emphasizing here is that it is not the Agni that simply you are seeing a flame. It's not the Agni, it's what I am saying. Agni is actually invisible, like Vayu, invisible. Jalam is also invisible. After solidifying, I am seeing Jalam as the liquid, that's all. But actually, where is Jalam? When it is moisture, is the true Jalam. You see, that which is invisible. So, none of the Panchabhutas are, that's why it is known as Bhuta. You see, it's not simply told by some 5 elements. No. What is that element? There's no meaning. There's no comparison of that meaning. Element. It's not element, it's Panchabhuta. That which is Bhutam. Bhutam is what? That resultant of something which is not visible. Strength. Strength. Can you see strength? Strength of wind. Can you see strength of wind? You can experience the wind. What is that strength? It is strong wind is blowing. What do you mean by strong wind? What is the strength? For you, you feel uncomfortable, so you said strong. If it is more uncomfortable, you call it a storm. If it is more than that, you don't know, the tornadoes and whatnot, whatever we call it. Different names. What are all these? Everything is Vayu. Invisible. Now you understood? Vayu, you call a mild Vayu is also Vayu. A tornado is also a Vayu, which is creating disasters by blowing it. It's Vayu only. But you don't identify that as Vayu. Do you identify when I say Vayu? Do you think of that disastrous, the one which is blowing? No, we don't think about it. You understood what I am trying to tell you is that Agni is not that flame what you are seeing. Agni is that. Got it? Yes. The intensity of Agni, I don't know how to explain it, is why I have to tell you all these explanations. How to tell this intensity of, at least I do not know how to explain that intensity of the Agni which creates the thought. No, I don't know. Which is stronger than anything else, that's all. Any Agni that we can think of. The Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara is that one which is a creator of the Vishwam is Vaishvanara. The world is created by that. Why? Because it's a creator. Who is the Brahma? It's a creator, it's the Agni. Vaishvanara. Agni is the one which is a creator. As far as the Bhutas are concerned in Panchabhutas, the Agni, that which is, I told you that intensity, I do not know, but I told you a comparative study, how to think about that Agni which creates the reflection of the Parabrahman or reflection of the Paramatma. That's why we always say that Atma is nothing but a part of the Paramatma. How did you derive this theory? The deriving, it's not everything can be derived.